All right, what's going on, everybody? Looks like we are live and ready to rock and roll. What's going on, lab coats? Everybody, this is another incredible episode of 10-Minute Labs. I am Greg Fowler. I'm one of the wonderful moderators at Lab Coat Agents, and we are so blessed, very fortunate and honored to have an incredible guest for today's episode, none other than Long Doan. Now, Long is an absolute master when it comes down to real estate. The list is quite long, so I wrote this down. I usually don't do this, but I wanted to make sure that all the accolades were there before we jump into the episode. So Long is the founder and CEO of Realty Group. They have 6 locations. They are literally the fastest growing brokerage in Minnesota. I think 575 real estate professionals, 4,200 transactions this year in 2020, featured on Inc. 5000, Real Trends, Real Estate Magazine, countless podcasts, stages all over the United States, and last but not least, obviously, 10-Minute Labs. So, Long, thank you so much. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you on today.
Holy cow, I need to take you with me every time I get. That's like a really long resume. Thanks, man.
It's there. You earned it. You earned every single one of those, Long. So, we do have 10 minutes. This is kind of lightning fast, sort of. So we do have to start the clock. I'm going to hit start so everybody can see that it is started, ready to rock and roll. So, Lon, if you're ready, let's just dive into the questions.
Let's do it.
So first one, really looking at it from the standpoint, what do you see the biggest opportunity to grow your business next year into 2021? What's that look like?
Yeah, so I think the cool thing about business is that it's never stagnant or the same, right? Because if you're not growing, you're dying.
Well said.
Every time there's a change, you got to look at it as an opportunity. So we just went through 2020, lift year. It's supposed to be a leap year, which we could have leaped right over. All this other crazy thing happened. Come opportunities.
Right.
So for us, it's a great opportunity we took advantage of, and we're going to leverage that with the momentum going to 2021. My business partner, Mike Bernier, and I were the owner of Realty Group. So, I think the traditional real estate brokerages model will be struggling a little bit with their old value proposition.
Okay.
So, like myself, by the way, 53%, last I saw, might be higher, of all real estate agents are with independents nowadays.
Wow.
So the traditional real estate brokerages are struggling with shifting and adjusting to value proposition. So when COVID hit, that's worse for them, right? People can't work. They might have to work from home. They don't need to go into this big office anymore. All these other things, they're like now questioning, wait a minute, I don't use that. I don't need that. Why am I paying for this big split? Let me take a look at Long and Mike's shop where they pretty much everything I need as well. And I'm actually going to keep more and make more.
Wow.
For us, we see that as an opportunity. COVID was a terrible thing, but what we were able to do was make the adjustment, because if you know about the leading and lagging indicator, if you know the leading indicator, you know what's being a lagging. So we make the adjustment quickly and right through COVID. I think company our size, 500 plus real estate professional in our market, we're number one in growth at 35% last I saw.
Wow.
And the closest one I think is like 2%, and the rest was like negative growth.
Unbelievable. And again, Long, when you're talking about it, obviously surrounding yourself with phenomenal people, and you mentioned your business partner as well. And I think that that's a huge indicator for opportunity for growth, is really kind of doubling down on what's been working into 2021 or 2020, as you said, into 2021. And I think that there's a lot of thought process out there, because there's professionals that are watching or listening to this that are saying, okay, Long, so I get where you're coming from. Let's double down on what was working before and really growth pattern for brokerage. But let's flip that coin, I guess, to the next question that's going into here is really what do you think the big mistakes or the biggest mistakes, real estate professionals are doing right now? I mean, where's the room for them to really fix whatever's
going on? I think that with the explosion of technology out there, right? We're in the people business. So about relationship nurturing and building and, all this other stuff. Big mistake I think people think is that technology will replace us. Well, technology will never replace us in the people business, but it is changing the way we do business.
Well said.
You got to make sure you use technology correctly so you be more efficient. You can get in front of more people, because in the people business, visibility is credibility. So the more you are, the more credible you become. That's what technology is for. But one of the platform of technology that people keep forgetting to use all the time, you're already using, you show this thing right here. I don't care all this other, AI and all this stuff. You don't pick up the freaking phone to call and talk to people. It doesn't really matter anyway. So I think the mistake I see all the time is I got all this great CRM, all this drip campaign. Where's my business? Well, have you pick up the phone and call those 6, 8, 12 people you're supposed to call? Technology that did for you. So I think that's the biggest mistake I see.
And I love that. And I think that you're really speaking directly to the audience here, Long, when you mention that is really understanding the fundamentals and the basics of growing and scaling your business. And it's that consistency and really understanding what tools are available to you to how to maximize that for your growth and for your life, but also having that balance. And I think that that's going to lead us into the next question here, which I know so many people are really wanting to dig in deeper into your mind. And, you know, you obviously had so many conversations in your given days, weeks, months, and years through your brokerage and through tons of professionals all over the world. So if you could look back at your business thus far and pick or choose, you know, 1 or 2 things that you added to your business or implemented that you really saw the needle move, you really saw growth, and you could look at that from any standpoint, whether it's managing broker and owner or individual producer or all the above. So what's that look like for you, Long?
Yeah, so I'm glad you caught that, because what people forget is that we are running a business. I don't care if you're a solo agent, you're a team, you're a brokerage like me, we are running a business, right? So you run a business, you got to remember that systems run business and people run systems. You know, what I was able to implement along with my business partner is one of those 2 areas, right? Number one, system. You don't have process system in place, you can't be efficient. So people like already went hire assistant when they're like, wait a minute, your inefficiency just get magnified because you haven't put system process technology in place to be, you're doing 10 deals, you need an assistant. If you do it right, you might be able to do 25 deals before you need an assistant, right?
Wow, yeah.
That's probably the biggest thing, but you can also flip that coin. Instead of have a system and then plug the people in, you can, I did. I went and found my people, Mike, my business partner. He came in and he helped us build system. It depends on where you are and, you know, what you're able to do. That's probably the biggest thing. But the other thing too is in the people business.
Okay.
You know, people before profit is kind of what I like to go by, right? People business, you help people, money will come. So focus on helping people, genuinely care about them. You know, that's why our agent come to us. And the people business, I call the culture code.
Okay.
People are with us, right? An organization or team is 1 of 3 things. One is when they come to us, they want to feel safe. The realty group want to know we're here to take care of them. We're not going to take advantage of them. We're not going to do anything bad for them. They want to feel connected, right? So they know my story, Mike's story. They know who we are in our market. They connect with us and go, hey, that's my kind of people, right?
Wow.
Third one is to share a future. Are we going to align with them to take them to the same place they want to go? You know, what if we want to go this direction? They want to do this. Well, why do they want to be with us? So I think at the end of the day, that's something that we were able to do that I think that allow us to grow really fast.
That's absolutely incredible, Long. And again, just all the takeaways and the information that you're able to share in such a rapid fire formula is absolutely incredible. I mean, we're at 6 minutes and 48 seconds here, everybody. So because you delivered such a beautiful message in such a short period of time, Long, I would love to ask you one more question. And this is definitely off the cuff when it comes down to it, but I think that it's true to your heart. It's your story. So in a condensed version, what was it like for you when you first got into the business? You've been around for a while. You've seen a lot of market changes. So what's your story from, you know, when you started and why to where you are today?
Yeah, I'll tell you the word why you said is what people don't realize.
Okay.
Let's constantly trying to get educated on real estate IQ, I call it, right? You get anywhere, lab coat agent, you can go online, you can do anything. You can get all these classes to study how to convert a lead, how to do listing presentation. None of those matter unless you have the right mindset. At the end of the day, you got to have the right mindset. And the greatest thing you can ever figure out, most of us don't know this, is your why. Why you are the way you are, who you are. So when you ask about me in the condensed version, Google me, this story about me, but I'm originally from Vietnam.
Okay.
America, when I'm 13 years old as a boat person. Remember history with 100 people on a little fishing boat, right? I have a 50-50 survival rate. I'm a flip of a coin, man, sitting here talking to you, Greg.
I'm glad you're on the good side.
That's right. So because I'm very passionate about helping people paying it forward. And there's a whole story about my why. We probably won't have enough time to go into it. But once I figure out my why, every time I struggle or there's a challenge, which is all the time in our life, it brings me back to, hey, wait a minute. This is why I need to get my ass in gear and go do this or do that. So that's the reason I highly recommend find your why and work on your mindset, because according to the National Science Foundation, on average, we have over 50,000 thoughts a day. Most of them are subconscious. You don't even know you're thinking it.
Unreal.
5% of them are repeated. which means a negative thought is repeated 95% of the time.
Ouch.
Change that mindset, because your mindset was what produced action or inaction, which then produce results. So that's what I would recommend to everybody.
Wow, Long, I love that messaging. And again, so many takeaways onto that, but mindset is crucial. And there's so many top producers and absolutely incredible professionals that are tuning in and watching and absolutely agreeing with you 100%. It's, you are what you eat. And I think that that's the same thing physically as well as mentally. And, you know, what we feed our minds is what we really reflect on, and what we think of and what we act upon is what we become. And I love that message through and through. And Long, I can't thank you enough. And again, you just did this in rapid fire and literally under 10 minutes, everybody, in total. We're really sticking to that 10 minutes or under lab. So Long, I can't thank you enough for taking the time. It's an absolute honor and pleasure to have you on the show today. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
All right. And everybody, thank you as well for your time and attention, love and support with what we're doing here at 10 Minute Labs. Stay tuned for the next episode. It should be tomorrow, same time, same place. Take care, everybody. Thanks so much for your support.